Hello!
Hello! Get involved, they said. It would be fun, they said. It's Anna Claire here.
And Field.
And today we're just going to be talking about how to get involved on campus and in your college experience without getting too involved and too overwhelmed, because oftentimes too much involvement just leads to stress and confusion. So we're here to help you stay organized but still have a good experience. So I'm sure you've heard it a million times. Get involved, get involved. Okay, but what does it really mean to get involved? So in our opinion, it's the opposite of going to class and going home right after. I mean, if that's for you, that's fine. But if you're looking to get more out of college rather than just your classes, it's really important that you go out and find clubs or organizations that fit your interests so you can grow in those interests and grow as a person and meet friends along the way. This is just another way to make the most of your 4-year college experience. It's also good to be open to saying yes and open to saying no. You're the one making decisions here, so you should use your voice and your talents.
So here we have some lists of organizations that you could join here at NKU. For freshmen, there is the Freshman Service Leadership Committee that is a part of Northern Kentucky Leadership Institute. And for sophomores and up, we have Norse Leadership Society and Leadership Mentors. Hold on, let me get that right. There we are. Sorry, I'm still new. Then we have NKU Greek Life. SGA, the Student Government Association, NKU LGBTQ Programs and Services, and Friends of Dorothy Club. Multiple NKU club sports such as club soccer, varsity sports, obviously, the hiking club, rock climbing club as well in the rec, and religious organizations here on campus such as the Campus Outreach. So there are many, many different ways for you to get involved here on campus. And also make sure you can check NKU Presence for more opportunities and more leadership organizations.
Okay, so a huge problem most of us run into is trying to juggle all of your assignments and your commitments and organizations. So getting involved on campus might be easy, however, balancing your time with involvement may not be as easy. It's important to put time aside for assignments when you have a busy schedule. Like, that is critical so that you know what is coming and what you should be prepared for. And your schoolwork and completion of your degree is honestly most important, but it's also good to remember that college only lasts 4 years, so really try to make the most of those 4 years when you're getting involved.
So one of the more important parts about time management here in college is getting a job while you're a student. So most of us need a way or need some sort of outlet to be able to pay bills, whether you're paying for your tuition for dorms or you're paying for housing off campus. So what's the easiest way to help provide for yourself while you're paying bills? Getting a job. So when you're getting a job, or if you're applying for a job or if you're in a job interview, one thing you have to make out and look out for is, what does your schedule look like for the semester or the year? Because you don't want to sign up for a job or an organization when you've already made prior commitments. So before you accept any sort of job opportunity or internship or any organization, make sure you understand your school commitments, your previous job commitments that you might have had before, and just make sure that you're not stressing yourself out too much to where you are not free, you don't have any free time throughout the day, because you're going to need to have at least some sort of free way so you're not just working every single day.
And sometimes you need a nap and you need to relax,
Yeah.
which is totally fine and totally good for your mental health and physical health.
So please just make sure that you look at your schedule before you plan anything.
So oftentimes, like I said, too much involvement and work overload can cause major stress. I have experienced this multiple times where I have spread myself too thin and have become so stressed out and so tired, and then I can't even accomplish anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like having way too many dates to worry about, events, assignments, meetings, work shifts, all that to remember gets to be really confusing and at times unmanageable. Also, being too stressed out can cause you to have a lower performance in your involvement, so you want to watch out for that. Because if you are overworked and you're not putting 100% in, that can prevent you from obviously doing the best that you could be doing. And then we're just going to kind of discuss a few ways that you can try to avoid becoming overly stressed out.
So one of the main ways to prevent stress is prioritizing your schedule so you don't have to worry about it when the time comes. Basically, before you make any commitments, you have to be able to set your priorities straight. An example of this is if you already have work on Monday, you probably shouldn't sign up for something that meets on Mondays. Basically, prioritizing the things that mean the most to you and that will help you be more successful should be your number one focus. Because, for example, if you want to major in, for example, I'm in musical theater, and I want to try to sign up for organizations that will try to help me express myself in public or public speaking, and something that could help me continue with my career in theater. So I try to prioritize the things that will help me and build me towards a successful career in life as well as in college. So when you have all these responsibilities, you're also going to have to make sure that your instructors and teachers and bosses, wherever you are, they need to make sure that they rely on you for completing some of these tasks, because they want an employee or student or worker who is always giving their 110% and always cares about what they're doing, and they have their priorities straight as well. So make sure you have all your priorities straight and that you're ready to go on the spot.
Definitely. So now Field and I are both pretty involved people at NKU, and we just kind of wanted to share some of our experiences when you're getting too involved and it becomes too much, and you sometimes have to take a step back or do something differently to continue to be successful.
Yeah, so me being from Louisville, Kentucky, I'm pretty much born in the big city and loud, abrasive environment. So when I was in high school, I tried to join all the clubs and sports and shows. I tried to do as much as I possibly could because I wanted to put myself out there. I'm a very extroverted guy, so I really just wanted to get out there and make a name at my school. But the amount of clubs that I kept joining, it just really was not good for my mental health, because I had no free time. I was always doing this, I was always doing that. I had rehearsal for this, I had practice for this. It never really helped me in the long term, because I would always come home just so tired and stressed, and I would always just go to sleep. There were times where I didn't even have time to do my homework. It was not good for me at all. And so in college, one of the things that I learned on that helped me was time management and organizational skills. And it really helped, because once I got here, it just made me realize that I really needed to get a planner, because daily planners
are crucial.
They have saved me during my time at NKU.
I can attest to that as well.
It really does help with time management and organizational skills. And when I got here, I still kind of had this mentality of joining clubs to get myself out there. Like, I joined Student Government Association last January, and I loved all the people in student government. They do such a phenomenal job here on this campus. But me personally, I never really I just was always very stressed. It took up a lot of time for me, and I just wasn't ready to put in that commitment. And so I had to drop it, but it was another example of me worrying about my time management and organizational skills. So I really just needed to figure out what was good for me, what was helping me for my mental health, and something that was just kind of helping me be safe in the long term.
For me, I was the same way as him in high school. I was involved in literally every club. I was in all AP classes. I did art, I did theater, I did sports, I did it all. And I definitely wore myself out in high school. But I still loved that involvement, that getting to knowing people. And so when I came to college, I was so excited to start everything. I mean, it was a whole new world. I was ready to try new things. And I remember as a freshman, I went to Fresh Fusion, RIP Fresh Fusion, we love you. And I went up to every table and signed my name up. I was I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to try I don't know, club softball, horseback riding. Like, I wanted to do it all. But obviously that's not realistic. And there comes a time where you have to pick and choose what you want to be involved in, just because it is a lot of time commitment, and you don't want to spread yourself too thin, because then you're not gonna really get anything out of it. You're just gonna be stressed. So for me, I immediately signed up for sorority recruitment. I was interested in FSLC. I wanted to join the hiking club, and I was originally a graphic design major, so I wanted to be a part of the NKU Design Guild. So I started going to meetings for that. It was really cool. They would like tour guilds, they would make buttons, they would have their own little design projects. But they met on Mondays, and for some reason I couldn't make the meetings, and like I just didn't have time to add that onto my schedule. As much as I wanted to be in the design guild, I just couldn't really make it happen, and that's okay. So basically we want you guys to learn and understand that not everyone can do everything. That is unrealistic, that's impossible. So you have to do what's best for you in order to have that success you want in college.
So depending on others while others depend on you. Basically, when you are a member of some kind of team or organization, that membership often requires a series of responsibilities and effort from you. So when you are joining any of these organizations, make sure you give your 110%, obviously, but also make sure you realize what your prior commitments are, and making sure that you are doing okay and you are in the right mental state before you do this. But I will say that joining a college organization will help you a lot in the long term, because a good friend of mine from NKU once told me that college and your major and what you're going to do, what you do for your career will last a lifetime. College will last for only 4 years. So all of these organizations and all of these wonderful opportunities that Northern Kentucky provides us, they only last for 4 years. So if you're going to join any organization or club, whatever you want to do here at this university, make the most of it. I know we talk about time commitments, which are very, very important, but seriously, make the most of it. NKU has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. I have made so many lifelong friendships and even family here, and I can't imagine being anywhere else, and I have to thank all the organizations that I have been a part of here at NKU for helping me as a person and just making me realize what it is to be a part of a second family. So organizations have all of these goals, and they rely on you to set out and accomplish those goals to not only better yourself, but to the other people around you in the organization that also want to help you.
Well, even though, people are always saying get involved, and you might be like, that's not for me, that's too much, we're here to encourage you to just try it. If you seem even a little bit interested, go to a meeting, fill out a paper about it, like a personal information sheet or whatever. Like, if you seem interested, go for it. It's not going to be the end of the world if you have to quit or drop out. Just do what's best for you. Keep in mind that you need to prioritize your schedule, prioritize your clubs and the things you're involved in. Don't overwork yourself, but at the same time, go out of your comfort zone.
Some of the greatest decisions that I've made when it comes to joining organizations, all those organizations have been the best part of my life, and I was very worried about joining some of those at first, and I didn't think they would be the best for me, but most of the organizations that I've joined on campus have been really beneficial to me, and so I stress to you, get involved as much as you can, but do not stress yourself or work yourself over too much.
Do not get over involved.
Do not. That is a very fair point.
And it will be as fun as they said.
It will. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye, guys.